Yo guys, welcome back to HU Vlogs. This video's been taking a long time to film. I know I've been struggling quite badly with this Buggy, but so far so good. No smoke at the exhaust. The thing is running extremely well. I do a couple more adjustments and stuff on the motor itself in order to run properly, and just setting in the motor and dialing it in. I drove so far about 300 kilometers on the motor, so it is kind of broken in. I'm gonna wait till the 500 mark, and then when that's done, I'm gonna change the oil and see if there's no shavings in the oil. If all is good, the Buggy is 100%. But I will have a couple of clips coming up now in this video of how the Buggy drives in cockpit view, like a little slow drive-by, and from pull away from like a launch. So it's nothing special, nothing fast, but compared to before and now, there's a big difference. Not the money worth that I spent on it, but just at least healthy now. Guys, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump in this video and let's start off with some nice cinematics.
But I love it. I love it.
So guys, let's go ahead and jump in this. I'm gonna show you guys what I've done now recently without filming, unfortunately. There's a couple of clips I'm gonna show right now. I got a new tip, as you saw in the past couple of clips. Quite nice, not expensive, quite cheap. I paid 500 Rand to get this tip welded on the exhaust, and I was used to set it at the side, so it's now at the back. This is temporary, not permanent. I need a new exhaust. This thing's leaking everywhere, and the reason why I've done this actually is because I drove over quite a big bump and actually ripped the whole entire exhaust off and broke everything off. So I got taken and get it patched because it's leaking extremely bad, so I got it done, and I just figured why not put a nice tip on it while I'm there. Obviously you guys know, got the blocks on there. It's just a temporary, I just want to see how it looks. Don't like it that much, and as you guys see, I've got a new Sumitomo tire on this side. This tire is actually leaking, so now I've got all four of the same steelies on, which I'm not so happy about. It looks horrible, but fitment, I like the fitment. It looks really good. 15s BBSs are coming soon, so don't stress about that. And it's back in his alignment and wheel balancing and all sorts of suspension work, so this is temporary, but it doesn't look that bad for now. Been off into the engine bay. As you guys can see, it's quite a mess. Let's look at a filter, a little like aluminum piece that goes on top of there and goes into my filter pipe, but it's just temporary. And these wires right here are actually for the fan, and for my RPM gauge. I just tapped into the wire, as you can see over there. Unfortunately, I don't know why it's actually not letting the fan come on like as before. It has no power for some reason, so I have to tap in here and give it some power to a switch. And don't worry, that switch controls basically almost half of the Buggy, so that switch has to be on in order for the Buggy to start. So from a cold start, I switch the fan on and it has to run like that. But temperature levels, everything is 100%. It's not overheating. It's running fairly good for what it is. Over to this side, you guys can see over here, I do have quite a bit of oil leak, not at the bottom. Thank the Lord that this thing actually sealed up. I think you guys saw in the other video, that oil pump was actually cracked, so I had to go buy a new oil pump, and we had some leaking issues in the sump and the head gasket and stuff like that, so I had to take almost the sump basically off about 3 or 4 times, and the head gasket was actually wrong, so I get another head gasket also. So that is oil and water mix, but everything's sorted out now. The oil and water is separate. Nothing is mixing. She runs fairly well, and I'm gonna give some nice clips now of her starting up, and giving a side to rev. It's not a cold start. I actually just drove the bucket, just came back from the store, so I'm gonna go ahead and start it up for you guys, and you guys can hear. The exhaust sounds fairly right for what it is. Like I said, it is leaking extremely badly, and it's not that loud. I'm gonna get an aftermarket exhaust put on fairly soon. First I'm gonna do suspension and just all the bushings when they do it, and actually get a nice exhaust afterwards installed on this thing. But yeah guys, coming onto the gauges, like I said, there's a switch on and off obviously, and then it controls my voltage gauge and the temperature gauge. So I'll flip the switch on. I have a nice little light I put in there. The gauge reads about 11 volts. I think something's wrong with this gauge. Temperature You guys saw coleslaw basically, and that allows the fan to kick on with a switch. So that controls all of this basically, and a couple more things. So this has to be on in order for the bucket to actually start, but everything works, everything's 100%. I've got a nice radio actually installed in this also. This is temporary. I'm actually gonna get a nice little radio that flips up with the screen, and I'll get some new speakers for the inside. It sounds really bad right now because it's second-hand speakers and stuff that I had laying around the house that I actually installed, but it does work, and I'm satisfied with what it is, and for now it works. To the front of the Buggy, guys, I got the lenses sprayed black. This is temporary. This is, like I said, it's all cracked and looks horrible, so I sprayed it black for now. But the side ones are sprayed, the back taillights are the same, it's normal, but I got both sides sprayed black just because of how bad they look. Actually the see-through ones, I'm still looking to find some of them. If you guys have any laying on the house or whatever, please DM me on my Instagram. You guys can send it to me. I will definitely pay for the lenses. Hey guys, a lot of more plans coming with this Buggy. This Buggy's project is still far from finished, guys. So yeah, I'm gonna get a nice spare 15 BBS wheels fitted on here, drop it maybe a little bit more, and a lot of things will still be done. I'm actually the sunroof fitted on the roof also soon, and yeah, a lot of stuff has to happen. Suspension work, like I said, this thing's alignment is out badly, and it doesn't drive very well suspension wise, but motor for a 1.3 liter, this thing pulls extremely strong for 1.3 liter. I'm actually super happy with the outcome. So without further ado, let's go ahead and actually get this thing on the road, and I'll show you guys a couple of clips of it driving. Stick here. Damn man, third gear I can't get. Yeah guys, she pulls well though, yo. She pulls hella well. I'm not sure if you guys can see it on camera, but you know, she rips. Would not do it for the price, but for reliability wise, I mean it's worth it. So you guys, like I said, it goes fine exactly how it is right now, but yeah, I think definitely porting and bigger jets in the carburetor will be a big difference. As you guys, I know you guys have seen the clip, it runs out of, like say, about 3,500 4,000 RPM. It revs to 8,000, but by 3,500 4,000 is like no more power, absolutely no more power. So there is something, I don't know, I think it's got less fuel because it's not overfueling or anything like that. I think it's running too lean. But we will sort everything out slowly but surely, get everything, you know, dialed in properly and all that stuff. Probably need some more adjustments on the carburetor, but yeah, she goes well. I mean, she pulls strong. Done a couple of pulls over there for you guys, but yeah, I'm gonna go in this video off. That is a little update on the Buggy and how it actually is doing. I'm super proud of myself, first of all, holding the motor up. That actually works. And as you guys saw, I did drive it hard. I drive it hard quite some time. I mean, drive it hard, drive it soft all the time, and no noise in the motor internally. Only thing that was making noise in the motor when I first started up was tappets. I set the tappets in now, and it's running perfectly fine. So I'm just going to show you guys something that some of you guys requested on the channel, and I'm going to show you guys up close in detail, and there's some pictures on the screen for you guys also right now of the vacuum lines on the intake manifold on the B3 Mazda motor. So guys, here we are on a Ford Bantam Buggy, but like I said, same as the Mazda Buggy. This is the stock standard one. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys this real quick. So this bucket also has, we got the bucket like this, some vacuum line stuff blocked off. On my one, the same one is also blocked off. We got two of these vacuum lines right here, or pumps, whatever you want to call it. I removed both of these from the bucket also on the silver one. So I'm not exactly sure what it's for, but it does go to your distributor and stuff. This one goes to your intake manifold on the one in the back, and that goes to the distributor. I don't know what that's for, I just removed mine. And it can't be that very much important because the bucket does drive and it runs perfectly fine without it. This thing I also took off on my bucket. And like I said to you guys, like there's a little plate, you guys see it between it. There's the head and there's the plate and there's your intake manifold. This plate I took out because it stops turbulence apparently, but on this bucket, this one actually still works. But if you guys remove that plate between there, and it's like a half an hour job, not even. If you guys are familiar with engines, it's super simple, super quick. So what you guys can do is just remove that plate, take the intake manifold off, remove the plate, get another intake manifold gasket, and just let you get some. This is actually studs with a nut on it, and just get some nice bolts and put some bolts in the head, and then you're good to go. I mean, the thing runs way better. There's no sputtering, nothing like that. It's so smooth of acceleration. It picks up revs way faster. So you guys can do it like easy, quick mod. I would definitely suggest to do that. Take that little plate out. That stuff block off the airflow quite a bit in this little motors. But yeah, guys. Well, there's a nice picture or a video footage of the vacuum lines on the one side. You guys can take a screenshot of that if you guys need anything on this little motors. I'll get some closer up pictures now or video clips of the back of the intake manifold as best as I possibly can. But like I said, guys, I think all these buckets are actually different because we have 3 of the same buckets and all the vacuum lines go to different places. I can't actually give an exact answer of where the vacuum lines are meant to go. And we got one on this side. You guys can see over there, this line goes to this line. Is just linear, as you guys can see. I'm not exactly sure. I mean, both buckets, I mean my bucket, this one and another one we have in the company that we're working, this line is lays here. I mean, this is a factory line and there's all the buckets that is laying over here sucking in air. So I'm not entirely sure what that means. I don't know if it's meant to be blocked off or leave it open, but my one is blocked off. And a couple more lines here and there, but like I say, guys, the best way to do it is just, you know, if you guys see an open port in the intake manifold or your carburetor, block it off. If you need a vacuum line going to, say, for your distributor, find one in the intake manifold. I mean, just plug it in and it should work. I mean, like I done with mine, I had no experience with it and I didn't know where anything went when I took everything apart. I forgot where to put the lines back in, and I literally just put everything back together, put the lines to anywhere it fits, and just use the old pipe again. And just, how can I say, just like, I actually have a piece from this little port on the intake manifold itself right there, as I said over there. This port on my one actually goes from here directly to the distributor, so I have none of that stuff over there. I'll show you guys right now real quick. Guys, we're here by the silver bucket, and as you can see on this one, excuse all the oil, this is from the tapper cover. This bolt actually broke off, so I gotta go get a new bolt put in there. But got this lines from the distributor straight to the intake manifold right there, and this one's actually blocked off like I showed you guys. There's a couple of lines that's actually blocked off, but as you guys see, I got nothing at the back here. I mean, that vacuum stuff is gone. The clips are just put in that little 4x4 box over there. So I mean, everything is actually just, you know, fairly simple. I mean, got a line over here that used to go to our little plate over there, but as you guys see over here, it's direct to the head. There's no plate between it, and I have that directly to the ear to suck out in the vacuum from the tapper cover. And I got this line going straight from here, which is actually factory. It's meant to go from here to your fuel pump. So it's a couple of stuff you guys must do, but as you guys can see over here, I got a pipe just hanging there for temporary with a little screw in it or bolt. It's actually loose. That just came out. So yeah, so that's actually just blocked off, or it's meant to be blocked off. And as you guys can see right over here, I mean, here is a line that's meant to just lay over there, and my one's blocked off. I just put a stud in there, a nice clamp, and yeah, I actually have no choke on my carburetor also. So yeah, it's got the lines ran to anyway. But I hope this helped you out a little bit. But yeah, that's so far the Buggy, and that's the overall view or outcome of the Buggy so far. There will be a lot more coming with the wire tucking. That's my wiper wires are just hanging there. Actually, I was storming quite a bit. So I had to put my wires back on my wipers. After running it through the firewall, I drilled a little hole over there. There's a lot more to come with this engine bay as is, but guys, I mean, leave a comment below if you guys think the outcome of the Buggy came out very nice. If you guys think I could do anything better, please let me know in the comments below. And please guys, do not forget to like, comment and subscribe. And I'll catch you guys in the next video.